young people to violence, senseless violence. I was at Home Depot, I saw these stones, they look like small headstones to me. I bought 30 of them. Blair was the first to go up. Since then, we've rebuilt it 13 times. There's 500 here. We're behind over 700. We're going to have to tear it down again and rebuild it.
Hello and welcome to the Sears Center for a final time in the 2016-2017 season where your Chicago Mustangs take on the Ontario Fury. Norman, welcome back to the broadcast.
It's great to be here, Nick. I'm very excited about this game. I missed two Mustang games, but like I said, I'm very happy to be back, and I'm looking forward to an exciting game.
Should be a good one, and here comes the intro video for one last time.
We want to train young people in our community overseas. Not summer jobs, not
one shot, one opportunity. Seize everything you ever wanted. One moment. Did you capture? Just let it slip. Let's go! This is 10% luck, 20% skill, 15% concentrated power of will, 5% pleasure, 50% pain, and 100% reason to remember the name. This is 10% luck, 20% skill, 15% concentrated power of will, 5% pleasure, 50% pain, and 100% reason to remember the name.
This is 20% skill, 80% fear, be 100% clear. This riot was ill. Who would have thought he'd be the one that said the West can claim? Then I heard him record with the crystal method, name of the game.
You better lose yourself in the music the moment you own it. You better never let it go. You only get one shot, do not miss your chance to blow. 'Cause opportunity grows once in a lifetime. You better lose yourself in the music the moment you own it. You better never let it go. You only get one shot, do not miss your chance to blow.
Remember the name.
I'm Bobby Lunchak, Chicago Mustangs, the general manager. Go to our website, ChicagoMustangsPro.com, and you can order a shirt in any color with your logo from your foundation. And we'll be donating some of those proceeds back to your community. Thank you for following us at ChicagoMustangsPro.com and like us on Facebook.
And we're back inside the Sears Center as the pregame events still are going on. This is the last game of the season, Norman, and it's kind of a bittersweet end to the season here as the Mustangs started so well this year. We thought this was going to be a team that looked exactly like the championship team of a few years back, and then they hit a little bit of a rut.
Yeah, they did have a little bit of a rut. They did have a lot of promise at the beginning of the season. They came out strong. They were winning games. But, you know, anybody who's been paying attention knows where we ended up. But, I mean, on the positive side, you know, we do know that this team has a top-notch first string of players. And what they have to do right now is try to figure out that support staff when it comes in. But you know, it's been a great season, and we've had some great goals.
We've seen a lot of subtraction, a lot of addition to this team, as you pretty much stated right there. And there's a lot of young guys that we look at and we think, you know, maybe they'll get an opportunity. Last game we were thinking there was going to be a few players from the premier team making their way up, but they didn't, unfortunately. I mean, I thought for sure we'd see some young guys, but you know, at the same time, coming to these games, there's a lot of veterans that still need that little bit of confidence that they lost early in the season. So it was a good play by Coach Gamboa to play his veterans still, although he had a couple rookies playing. I like seeing the veterans in there because they have to set a tone for next year. And getting off on the good foot or the wrong foot last week, unfortunately. But I think tonight will be a game that jump starts them for next season. So when we get the the lineups up here. I want to see a veteran-laden lineup tonight, just so they play one more game together. And remember that if they get this win on the field tonight, we're bringing it into next year, and we're going to roll next year.
Oh, definitely. Agreed on all that you said. This is a great opportunity for the team to continue building chemistry, to build momentum in preparation for next season, because we know that when one season ends, you're already thinking ahead of what you need to do, what kind of changes you need to bring to the team in order to prepare for the next season. So this is a great opportunity for Coach Gamboa to solidify that first line and to play around with the second line that comes in.
Well, we wait here, and hopefully when we do get the lineup, we might actually just see the starting lineup run out on the field here, and that's going to be our cue to know who's playing tonight. But hopefully we can get a lineup up here just to see who's playing, because now I'm really curious to know what Coach Gamboa is thinking for this game. Good crowd on hand again here tonight inside the Sears Center, or this afternoon, I should say. Last week we're here, and you're down in Costa Rica, probably 85 and sunny. Here it was 75 or close to 75 and sunny tonight. A little different story, a little cooler, but we're going to keep it warm inside here. Hopefully in the Sears Center have a lot of goals. Taylor Bond is ready to put on a show. Wheeler Martinez is ready to put on a show. Negro Sandoval. All these guys want to put on a show for the last game.
Yeah, like you said, these guys want to end it on a high note. It's been a long season for them. There's been ups and downs, and they're very committed to the public. They're very committed to their home, to the home crowds. So I know that they're going to come out and they're going to leave. They want to walk off this field with a win for the crowd. With something for them to remember in this season.
Yeah, it's a big day. It's a really big day, a really big game tonight. We heard that there's actually going to be a car. Someone's going to be driving home in a brand new car tonight here inside the Sears Center. Been selling raffle tickets all year, so the game hasn't started quite yet. If you can run down here and buy a couple raffle tickets, you might be driving home tonight in a new Chevy, it looks like, down there.
And I think it's great for the fans to be able to have an opportunity to not just, they've been out here supporting the team, to have an opportunity to put their bid into a new Chevrolet. They can walk away with that, and it shows, that the team is very appreciative of the fans that come here day in and day out whenever there's a home game, and continue showing their support.
Definitely right. We see both teams starting to make their way to the tunnels here inside the Sears Center.
And we see the usual crowd of flags, and I'm sure that we're probably going to hear the drums during the game. And, you see a lot of kids out here today, and it's not just a wonderful day outside. It's bright and sunny, but it's always nice and hot in here, and it should be a good game.
I also was hearing today, I believe, as I was coming in, and I'm not 100% sure about this. I didn't get confirmation on it. But I think if you do order season tickets, I don't know if you have to be in the stadium, but I believe as of right now it is buy one, get one free. So if you are at home listening, definitely call the ticket office of the Chicago Mustangs. Buy one, get one free season tickets. I want to say the pricing is anywhere from $50 to $100. So you're looking at $25 for season tickets, for $25 a person for two, or $50 for two people each. So I mean, that's pretty solid. That's good. That's good marketing by the Mustangs.
And let me tell you, it's a great opportunity. We want to see people come out here and watch this stuff live, because we appreciate the fans that watch it on TV and all that stuff and follow us. But let me tell you, it's a whole different experience when you get to see these guys out here battling it out live and in front of you, because we have talented players that come in here in the Chicago Mustangs, and not just throughout the league, and it's great to just see everybody, and you can appreciate those foot skills and the quickness of the game once you experience it here live.
Ontario making their way onto the field right now, and this is Ontario, California, not Ontario, Canada, for those folks that are watching for the first time, but usually the people that are watching us are hardcore fans. They know pretty much everything about every player on every team. Hats off to them. And for them listening to us tonight, thanks for sticking with us all season long. Glad to have Norman back. I'll tell you, I'm probably the happiest person to do that. And Tico has Bella over there tonight as well. It's hard to talk through a whole game and get everything straight through your mind in a whole indoor soccer game. So it's good to have you back, honestly.
Well, let me tell you one thing, Nick, that people don't necessarily appreciate, how difficult it is to do what we do right here. You're on the spot, you're required to know everything, which is almost impossible, but, we've been doing a great job. You're doing fantastic, and like I said, we really appreciate the fans. We like to hear from you guys, and, we hope that, we continue this relationship next year, and that, the fans continue to grow, because Mustangs are a very good team. Lots of players.
And speaking of the Mustangs, we'll go to the PA for the starting lineups.
In our pregame introductions. And now, let's move to a starting lineup. And the reserves for your Mustangs. Wearing jersey number 2, defender Carlos Pachordo. In jersey number 4 on defense, Ephraim Beard. He wears jersey number 5, backup goalkeeper number 48, Jose Resendez. Number 22, Francisco Gonzalez. The head coach here, Mustangs, is assisted by Ernesto Gloria. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, we ask that you please rise and kindly move your hats as we honor America and those who defend this great nation with the singing of our national anthem. Singing the Star-Spangled Banner, please welcome Simone Kentish.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Ladies and gentlemen,
For one last time, I'm joined by Norman. We hope to give you a great game. We hope the Mustangs and the Fury give you a great game. Pre-game festivities wrapping up here. It's going to be fun, Norman.
It's going to be a fun game. This is both these teams. This is the first time they play each other this year, so they don't know each other well. They haven't played each other this year, so it's going to be like the beginning of their season in a way. It's all new,
pretty much,
and it's going to be very exciting.
The team photo getting done here with a few youth players on the field. And we have the starting lineups here. And just looking down, it looks still like a pretty veteran lineup here for the Mustangs tonight. Something that like I said, I'd like to see. It looks good. It's something that they could build into for next year. So we'll see. We'll see how it works out. I think it's going to work out pretty good tonight. The Mustangs definitely don't want to go home with the loss. They want to wrap up the season just well.
Yeah, they have to bring out their first team right now. Although, pretty much this is the last game for them of the season, home game of the season. But it's a great opportunity for them also to experiment with those players that are going to be moving up. They're going to be stepping up to the plate next year too, and obviously, create more momentum into going into the next year.
So Ontario's played 3 games in 3 nights. They were just in Mexico on Friday. Then they went to Dallas yesterday. And then now tonight here in Chicago, Hoffman Estates, to be exact. So they got to be exhausted. They have to be. I mean, there's no way they're not exhausted.
So, like they say, this is a young man's sport, because these guys, it's amazing the amount of energy that they just have to put out in one game, and let alone being away from home and the travel, all that sort of stuff takes its toll on it. So, the Californians are definitely probably a little tired, and we'll see how they hold up against our Chicago Mustangs.
Well, both captains at midfield shaking hands, getting ready. The refs are ready to go.
Ladies and gentlemen, can we have your attention, please? Before tonight's game can begin, there's 2 very important questions.
Norman, I would hate to drive that car home tonight with a couple of dents. Hopefully they can keep the ball in the field of play.
Yeah.
Broken windshield. Good luck.
And let me tell you, it better be well protected, because, the way these guys kick the ball, man, they knock it out of the ballpark sometimes.
And the game has officially started, clock running, and a quick start for Ontario. The Mustangs in a new look tonight with the black jerseys and the white shorts. Ontario in the white with red stripes. There's a shot, goes far post, and an early goal right there for Capinos. Capinos with an early goal. This is Jamie Capinos, his brother Joey Capinos in goal. But just like that, on a quick start for Ontario, it is 1-0.
Yeah, and let me tell you, I'm sure that's the kind of start that Ontario wanted to have. You know, having been on the road for so long, this is their first game. They're still away, obviously, and just to get that first goal in is could work against the Mustangs psychologically.
Now this game tonight, it could get a little sloppy. We could see a lot of new things being done just as a trial from both teams. And right there, the defensive coverage was a little bit sloppy from the Mustangs. Not the way that Coach Gamboa wanted to start this game at all, with Taylor Bond now going around a couple of defenders.
Taylor Bond always, taking control of the ball, very good move, exerting a great effort on the offense. And like I said, these games tend to be high-scoring games anyway, so this is, we're going to see more goals on both ends coming up.
This could be one of those old-school indoor games that we see tonight. 10 goals each team. You could see it. You could see it.
And you never know. Sometimes it will be surprising. We'll go into overtime after so much scoring.
Oh, yeah. Negro Sandoval hasn't really got a lot of playing time this year. I know he signed for a few years here with the Mustangs. We talk about it all the time, how it's a hard transition from the outdoor game into the indoor game. So watch for Negro to have a lot of time on the field tonight just to keep getting used to that indoor style soccer game that he's still really not used to at all.
Yeah, and what we had said earlier, on other games, that one of the things that we're seeing is we're seeing more outdoor players coming into the indoors. And I'm sure that it all depends on the player as to how quickly they can adjust to the game, because the game is very, very different indoors versus outdoor.
De La Cruz with the tip out of bounds. It's going to be a restart throw for the Fury. Fury already up 1-0 on a Jamie Capinos goal with inside a minute of this game. Taylor Bond heading it downfield. Caceres playing it back to Capinos. Two Capinoses on this team, brothers playing together. That's got to be pretty special when you're playing with your brother out there on the field for a whole season. And I know they've been playing with each other for a couple of years. That's got to be pretty cool knowing that you get to that bond that you have as family, but then you get to bring it onto the team like that. It's pretty cool.
And if you think about it, if their brothers have been playing together all their lives, they probably know how each other plays, how what they're thinking. So it makes it a lot easier when they're on the same team.
Definitely. That's a big asset. It's a big asset. Ball goes out of bounds. I was talking to a few refs about 2 or 3 games ago, Norman, and they were saying how here in the Sears Center, it's very unique that we have no glass along the side boards. A lot of teams in the league, while there's a real quick restart, we'll get back to it, a shot and a goal again for Ontario, and things are not looking good early for the Mustangs here inside the Sears Center. Coach Gamboa is going to call a timeout as he comes off the field very upset, and Ontario, with their third game in 3 days, get a goal by De Oliveira, putting his team up 2 on a nice little turn and shot, wasting no time as the ball was just bouncing around like a pinball machine right there.
Yeah, he was at the right place at the right time. We have 2 goals in on 2 quick goals on the part of Ontario. So obviously, the Mustangs, they need that timeout because that's not a good way to start, this game, being 2 goals down. And we've seen that throughout the season where the Mustangs have always been playing catch-up, and that's not a good position for them to be in tonight.
There's Coach Gamboa, not happy at all. Coach Gamboa is one of those guys that he doesn't care if they're 0-100 or 100-0. He's going to be on you like it's game one every time. He's an intense guy.
Yeah, he's definitely an intense guy. For him, this could be a playoff game. You know, that's the kind of intensity that he brings on the field to his players. You know, it could be the last game of the season or the first game of the season, but in his mind, he's playing for the championship right now.
Pee Wee going back to Flores as they keep passing back and forth. I was talking about the refs, talking about the glass here. We don't have the glass down the side boards. The ref said that in other cities the game goes by so fast. Here it's usually they said the games that they ref here are the slowest ones in the league because of how many times the ball goes out of bounds. So that goal resulted from a free kick where in another city they're just playing still. There's not a free kick there. So we have a unique circumstance which you'd think would be more of a home field advantage for the Mustangs than playing to a disadvantage for the Mustangs.
That's true. I never really thought about it, but that's very much true. We do have a lot of balls in. You know, you guys kick with a lot of intensity, and they do go outside of the playing field. So, I mean, and maybe the advantage in that, because this is such an intense game, that, you know, it gives them a little time to, both teams, I guess, to catch their breath sometimes.
That's exactly right. And it's so weird because you get to set up plays from that ball going out of bounds with the clock stop. And like I said, other places, that ball hits the glass, the time's still rolling, and you got a defender on your back or in your face trying to win that ball back.
Exactly.
So it's something that's so unique. And the referees even pointed that out while talking to me downstairs and how different that is when they ref in the Sears Center.
Now I wonder if they were to put walls, if that would make a difference, and not just obviously in the time and the pace of the game, but, you know, would it benefit the Mustang players?
There's a header by Rojas that goes wide. Now the ball played back in the rush going down the field again for Ontario, but they can't get it up in time. Turn the ball over, and here come the Mustangs again. Ball right off the boards and a save by Capinos. But you know what? That is what you just said, kind of trying it for the Mustangs. I'm shocked that they didn't try that in the middle of the season when things weren't going for them, trying to change something, seeing if they could change the field of play. But I wonder if that's something in the league rules where once you have a field set for the year, that's how it's got to be. Taylor Bond streaking down the field at the yellow line. Capinos takes the ball away from Bond. Bond visibly frustrated. Camarena knocks down Capinos, and Camarena not happy. Camarena had a couple plays like that last week. Camarena and Pee Wee Ortega may be the smallest guys in the league, and Capinos is not a small guy. I know it's the Oscars tonight, but
yeah,
we got to be staying up on that, I'd imagine.
Definitely, and like you said, they're small guys, but, you know, they have a lot of ability, and sometimes the small guys with a lot of ball control are the most dangerous sometimes.
Camarena tries to win that ball, 50-50 ball still, as Reyes was the one to head that one away for the Fury. No one around for the Fury, and then the Mustangs regain possession. Rojas playing it back to Jesus Flores. Jesus Flores, who's had a very good year this year once again. A lot of the games, there was nothing he can do. We've seen a lot of goals where the defense just wasn't there for him. So, and he played hurt for most of the season this year. So you got to give credit to Jesus Flores.
Oh yeah, and let me tell you, for those folks that have never played the indoor game, it's just so tough to be a goalie because you have to have very, very quick reflexes because, you know, the ball's bouncing, you know, the field is smaller, and these guys, you know, when they shoot hard, you know, so you have to be able to anticipate those shots.
Here is one of those goal scorers, De Oliveira with a great goal earlier in the game as he was right in the slot there on a free kick. The ball was kind of a lucky bounce. Nonetheless, it went to his foot. He had a great turn and put it in the back of the net. Ontario still looking to add here. They've had a great start here against the Mustangs, really putting the chokehold on them when the Mustangs are trying to impress their fans one last time this year.
Oh yeah, and like I said, they're moving the ball around pretty well. Ontario, they're making the Mustangs work for it, and they're trying to get into those small spaces with the Mustangs. And it seems like the Mustangs kind of have to, get back on their game and develop some sort of flow.
Yeah, there's a shot now that goes just above the net. But I definitely agree. This Ontario team does not look like a team that played 3 days in a row as De Abreu puts that ball over the net, and a bad turnover by the Mustangs. Cisse was the one to grab that loose pass, and now we have a battle along the boards. Taylor Bond trying to win it. Bond starting to get a little frustrated and run around with the head of steam. Ball bouncing around again. And here's an opportunity with Bond with the ball at his feet again. Will he go to the outside? No, he stays, crosses field. De La Cruz pass back to himself. And there's a shot. And Douglas Dos Santos puts his team puts his team on the scoreboard as they're still down 2-1. But a great little play there by the Mustangs.
And let me tell you, it doesn't really surprise me because we've seen Dos Santos in this role. He's really been scoring goals lately. He's the 4th highest scorer on the team, and he's been a great support player. He just came in a few minutes later. He gets to score a goal, and it cuts it to 1 goal, so it's a great thing.
De La Cruz really starting that play off with the pass along the boards. And Dos Santos with a huge, huge play. We have a timeout on the field. Great game so far.
And like I said, Dos Santos, they made it look pretty easy. Like I said, we're still in the first period, and we tend to have high-scoring games in this indoor soccer. So, like I said, it's 2-1, and we expect to see more goals. Hopefully, more on the Mustang side than on the Ontario side.
Our resident Brazilian Bella over there, as our other resident Brazilian Douglas Dos Santos scores. She practically threw everything. All the paper in her hand almost went flying. She was super excited. We're super excited. And check that out. We got Fury fans here tonight making the trip all the way from Ontario to watch this game, and that's some dedication.
Oh yeah, and that's definitely a hike, you know what I'm saying? So it's great to see that overall, the fans, support their teams no matter where they are. It's great to see Chicago Mustangs fans in other stadiums also. It shows that, we as a league, we're all a family.
Speaking of traveling for the Mustangs, their last game, the Mustangs, this is not their last game of the year, this is just the last home game. March 5th, Sunday, March 5th, the Mustangs take on the Milwaukee Wave in Milwaukee. So if you're free on Sunday, March 5th, to go watch the Mustangs, please go and watch and support our Mustangs for the last game of the year. Ontario now going to try to respond here and gain that 2-goal lead. We've seen the Mustangs all year give up goals right after they score, and that really got to them last week. So let's see how they respond. That's a turnover by Rojas that can't happen right there, but Rojas makes up for it as the ball hits his head in the battle of 17s down there. De La Cruz, who's had a good minute and a half right now with a nice assist and keeping the ball at his feet. There he turns it over. There's a shot that goes wide by Chico. And then on the rebound, there it is. We just talked about it. A team scoring 1 or 2 minutes later, and boom, there's the 2-goal lead again for the Fury. This is what has killed the Mustangs all year long.
Yep, like you said, it seems like they're always playing catch-up. And they've had the ability of always catching up, but it's been very difficult for them to kind of build on that momentum and take the game. But like I said, it's something that they definitely are going to work on for next year. And, hopefully this will create some momentum and get some team cohesiveness, and they can experiment a little bit.
Now the rush with Rojas taking a shot, gets blocked away. Rojas playing it off to Camarena. Camarena with the shot. Capenos with an easy save. Ball still in the offensive zone for the Mustangs. Rojas playing it back to Wheelo. Wheelo takes a shot, gets deflected away just wide. Pee Wee Ortega leaving the ball off. And it's still a battle for the ball. Still going back and forth. It's like a ping pong match again here in the Sears Center.
Yeah, and Mustangs continue to pressure right now. It seems like, they're trying to take their game up. Players are drawing defenders and trying to keep a man open so he can take that shot. Pass the ball, take the shot. Pull that trigger.
Camarena playing it all the way back. One interesting note to mention to our viewers. Last Sunday, Mario Alvarez had a huge game for the Mustangs. One of the newer Mustangs not in the lineup tonight. Not sure why, we didn't get any specifics on it, but here's one young player that I hope to see a lot more of next year. Very good player for the Mustangs. Just an interesting side note to mention, since we've been in this game for a while now, and I have not seen him on the field yet.
Well, we'll see if we can find out what's going on with him right now, but this is definitely a game where, the coaches are watching to see what they could do.
Taylor Bond and Dos Santos trying to go back and forth. Go ahead, Norman, I interrupted.
No, see what they can do with the existing personnel right now, who gets to be a starter, who gets to be a supporter. So, there's a lot of stuff going on the bench and on the side of the coaches.
Negro now with the shot, gets blocked away. Again, this Negro getting more shifts here early in the first quarter. They need to give him more shifts. He really needs it. Not saying he's had a bad season by any stretch of the imagination. It's just you could see he's still getting used to the angles, the bounces, and that's not a bad thing. That's not a knock against how good of a player he is. It's just that's how hard the indoor game is compared to the outdoor game.
Yeah, and keep in mind that he's a smaller player too, and obviously he's coming in from the outdoor game where it's not as physical as the indoor game. So he's gotten his share some good hits here.
There's a shot by Wheelo, and Wheelo scores, and here comes the flip. Wheelo! What a great job by Wheelo Martinez.
And Willow Martinez doing justice. I mean, the second highest scoring, he's got the second, what am I trying to say here?
Points, goals.
Exactly, but right behind Taylor Bond. And it's great to see him step up. The crowd's into it. You see the flags on the right-hand end. Now, it's only a one-goal differential. What the Mustangs need to do is continue on this momentum, tie the game, and see if they can continue scoring and holding Ontario back.
Once again, a very important minute or two here for the Mustangs. Ball's bouncing. Jesus Flores grabs it. Ball dumped down to Rojas.
And Willow has a total of 11 goals this season right now.
And that's not a lot for Wheelo.
That's not a lot for Wheelo.
So that tells you right there, even though he's struggled this year, he's still second in goals for the Mustangs. Shot by Camarena, that gets blocked away. Rojas now in the far corner, working with it, trying to turn, can't. Ball dumped down to midfield again. Ephraim Beard running down, getting the ball at his feet, waiting. De La Cruz getting pushed off. Ball just going back and forth right now for the Mustangs. Now sent down to Rojas. Rojas at the yellow line has an opportunity to get it to De La Cruz, but elected not to.
Yeah, it seems like the strategy that the Mustangs are employing right now is they're trying to open up the defense right now. So once you open up the defense, you can try to pick out spots and move players in positions where they can score, where they can receive the ball and they can take that shot.
Taylor Bond now with a nice play by Sandoval as he stole that ball away, plays it back.
And that's what you want to do as a team, keep the other team chasing after the ball and always control the ball, obviously, which has a huge impact on the game.
The ball to Taylor Bond. Sandoval now turns around, gives it to Pee-wee. Pee-wee down into the corner. Ball then that's one of those plays right there. Now there's a restart, where in a lot of other stadiums, that's not a restart.
It's continuous play. And I'm sure it's even more demanding on the body, if the ball's constantly moving, this, at least, over here you get a little chance to catch your breath a little bit, but, obviously the Mustangs are used to playing that if they play, so many games away and this is the only stadium, but I wonder what the adjustment is for the other teams coming in.
Wheelo scored from an opportunity here last time, but Pee-wee looks like he's going to be the one to take the shot. Pass it over to Bond, and Bond just gets too much of it. It's going to be a restart again.
Yeah, and Taylor Bond, he's the leading scorer for the team. He's got 33 goals this year. And one of the things that we also have to mention is that he's got 13 assists. He's the top scorer and top assist leader on the team.
He's a beast. He's a beast, and here he is. Oh, Capinos with a huge goal to keep this game at 3-2. Capinos, that was a huge save right there.
Yep, we got to give credit to the goalies because it's a tough job in the indoor league to be a goalie, and he did a very good job, especially of blocking Taylor Bond. Definitely blocking Taylor Bond because, if you let Taylor Bond on his own with the ball against the goalie, 9 times out of 10 he's going to score. So he did a very good job.
That must have been that 9th or 10th time there to get him, because I remember the last 8 times Taylor Bond has had great opportunities to score, and he put it in the back of the net there. Hopefully the next one goes in.
Definitely. And when he gets blocked like that, when opportunities like that are missed, you can definitely feel the frustration there, and he has a tendency to raise the level of his game when things like that happen.
Approaching 1 minute and 20 seconds left in the first quarter. The Fury up 3-2 right now. They started off really, really well in this game. Things have gone back to even momentum as the Mustangs bring it back to 1, and there was a great opportunity by Diabreu, who could have got that 2-goal lead back again.
Yeah, that was a very dangerous play because, and it was a very well-developed play because they had the guy right exactly where they needed him to be. They got the ball to him, but luckily the shot didn't go on goal.
Now under a minute to go in the first. Mustangs pressuring. The Fury sending it down. Ball still bouncing around, and another ball that goes out of bounds.
Exactly.
Right there, that would have been a nice play to waste some time down the field and clear the pressure. Now we have a dangerous play where it's about the exact same spot where Ontario scored one of their 3 goals earlier in this game.
I wonder if that's something that Mustang management is going to look at as to whether to cover up those gaps on the field.
There's a shot wide. Negro has it. He's going to play it off the board, still in dangerous territory. Cisse had it, passed it off. Cisse again now. Diabreu going down low with an overlapping run. A give and go was not there. Capenos takes a shot. It gets blocked. 5 seconds. They got to get it out. And it looks like a blue card on Cisse as he goes in for the slide tackle with 2.1 seconds to go in the first. Mustangs down 1 goal. Looks like we're going to go into the second quarter with the Mustangs down 1 goal as well. They're just going to have to wait for the restart here, and then we will be going into a commercial break. Here's the replay.
Mustangs.
And right across the ankle as Gonzalez goes down looking for a call.
Right, that could have been a very dangerous stint, but luckily, he was able to get up and there was no problem. So, you have to be very careful how you tackle your opponent here.
That was a very dangerous play, actually.
Yeah.
Lucky Gonzalez was able just to get up right away, no issues.
Yeah.
Restart. And the clock is going to wind down. 3-2, your Mustangs are down. We are going into the second quarter, off to a commercial break. We will be right back.
I'm Bobby Luncharn from the Chicago Mustangs, the general manager. Go to our website, chicagomustingspro.com, and you can order a shirt in any color with your logo from your foundation. And we'll be donating some of those proceeds back to your community. Thank you for following us at chicagomustingspro.com and like us on Facebook.
Yo, Negro Sandoval, les recomiendo AML Loans para todos sus préstamos hipotecarios y bienes y raíces. ¡Vamos, Mustang!
¿Qué tal? Les habla su amigo Willow Martínez, número 10 de los Chicago Mustang, recomendándoles a Tom Car Autopartes, donde encontrarás lo que buscas para tu auto. ¡Vamos, Mustang!
Back inside the Sears Center as we have youth championships, first and second place teams on the field right now, getting recognized for their great efforts. President's Day Cup 2017 champions and runner-ups. We have Kenneth sitting next to me right now, our replay guy, getting some good footage here for halftime, which is going to be great to see. He's working hard to do that. Our whole crew doing a great job, not only tonight, but for the whole year. We want to thank everyone on our crew for doing what they do. They make it easy for us to bring you the game. They're doing all the hard work, running back and forth behind the scenes. So thank you for a great year. Unfortunately, we won't be able to do it for the playoffs, but tonight we're going to make it a good one, as it's one last time for 2016-2017. Don't forget, make sure you give a call to the Chicago Mustangs ticket office, as they are selling season tickets right now. As of right now, I believe it is, I know inside the stadium they have some deals going on. Very affordable tickets here for the Mustangs, and there's a pretty decent season ticket holder base right now, so it'd be nice to add on to that. And just give a call. You're always welcome to come to the Mustang games. It's great, and it's really good for if you're a Spanish-speaking family as well. They do a great job of bringing the English and the Spanish together here for the Mustangs. Is right here, obviously. We got the English broadcast, the Spanish broadcast, and a lot of guys in the Mustangs can both speak English and Spanish.
Oh, definitely. I want to put out the challenge to anybody who's listening right now. Come bring the party here live. It's a whole different experience, and it's really exciting.
It's a good time. Little fiesta with the Mustangs, right?
A little fiesta with the Mustangs. We have, you're Croatian, right?
Serbian.
I'm sorry, we got the Serbian side, we got the Brazilian side, we got the Latino side. So it's an international party.
It's the United Nations definitely over here. So really, everyone's welcome. It's a great spot for any type of culture, any type of background, because no one is left out, which is pretty cool.
Yeah. When it comes to soccer, everybody speaks the same language.
Exactly right. Exactly right. Wheelo Martinez here with the ball at his feet. Ortega now. Ortega, a warrior. Can't say enough about Pee Wee Ortega. A shot by Taylor Bond. Wheelo Martinez. Camarena back to Ortega. To Wheelo again. Ball's just going back and forth on the perimeter right now, waiting for something to open up. De La Cruz loses the ball, but Pee Wee Ortega regains the ball.
And let me tell you, that's where you want to have the team. You want to have them against the wall. You want to control the ball. You want to try to open up the spaces so that you can take your shot. And that's exactly, there goes
Just
another
like that.
shot. Chicago, the more they hold on to that ball, they keep passing it around, the more opportunities they create to score.
Ball dumped down, but Ortega gets it. Cisse out of the box. You know, tonight we want to bring you, obviously, a lot of gameplay and talk about the game, but it's the last game of the year. We like to try to highlight as many players as we can from the Mustang team, just to give you a little background on these guys and what they mean for the organization. As Taylor Bond has the ball at his feet, his shot gets blocked away. Ortega takes a volley and it gets blocked away. But we're here, we always give you play-by-play, but it's nice to represent the players up here tonight as well for their hard work on the field. We already gave a shout out to the whole crew here, giving you great replays, great shots from everywhere. Great job from everyone here. But we also want to, you know, tell you about these players a little bit because they mean so much to the community and the organization, which is great.
Oh, definitely. And like I said, every time they come out here, they give it their all. They're always thinking about the fans. And these are not just great players, but fantastic human beings because, you know, we've had the opportunity to talk to them, and it's really a delight to have people like this that represent Chicago.
Ephraim Beard, one of those players that we'll highlight as a defender that this year really coming into his own as an offensive player too, scoring a couple big goals for the Mustangs. And as you see here, he's starting to transfer on the far side of your screen as he went up to a forward position and bouncing back and forth, being more versatile this year. Now he has the ball at his feet, playing it back to Jesus Flores.
And let me tell you, Beard is a player where you see him running back and forth. He's on one end or the other, and you know he's a total player. He's very good on defense, very good at distributing the ball and finding open players, and he could also score some goals when he gets the opportunity.
Gonzalez now giving it to Ephraim Beard. Beard takes a shot. It gets blocked away. Gonzalez again at midfield. Nice play right there by De Oliveira as he takes a long shot that missed about 2 or 3 feet away from the net. Jesus Flores on it, yelling at some of his teammates there. Ephraim Beard, he gets the ball, giving it to Pee Wee Ortega, a veteran of this Chicago Mustang team, a player that is, like, once again, just a solid guy. One of the nicest, if not the nicest guy in the league on and off the field, really. Cares about everyone. Taylor Bond, he's wearing the captain's sleeve again tonight. It gets kicked away to De La Cruz. De La Cruz to Bond. Bond tries to put it in the back of the net. Can't. Oh! And Gonzalez with a bicycle kick that deflects off the turf and then hits the crossbar. Bond gets taken down. No call. De Oliveira, a big guy, takes the ball away, and the rush is on, and a nice play by Pichardo. Bond now playing it off to Pichardo. Pichardo playing it off to De La Cruz. De La Cruz, oh! Campinos with a huge save. De La Cruz, instead of taking it first touch, he settled it down instead, which could have been a little bit of a mistake right there instead of just getting the ball on goal.
Yeah, but like we were saying, control of the ball is what the Mustangs are doing right now, and making those passes. are creating opportunities for goal, because the offense for Ontario does not seem to be on the move right now. They seem to be on defense most of the time. Obviously, they're passing the ball right now, but it seems like the Mustangs are the ones that have been dominating the last few minutes.
Ortega. Yeah, a lot different than the first quarter that we saw early, where Ontario just came out gangbusters on the Mustangs. A lot more even in this game as of right now between the Mustangs and the Fury.
Yeah, and it seems like the Mustangs are a little bit more settled down a little bit. You know, they've settled their game. They're making the Ontario come out and play them.
Rojas takes a shot. He plays it off the boards. Oh gosh, they're wearing out that glass above the crossbar. Wheelo to the middle. Ortega with a nice play. Oh, Capinos again with a huge save. Now Ortega again playing it off the boards. Ortega tries to get a shot. Can't get to it in time. Ball's going all over the place for the Mustang right now, except for in the back of the net. Ortega off the boards. Rojas, corner.
And Chicago continuing to just have dangerous plays. You know, they continue shooting that ball, and if they keep doing that, eventually they're going to connect, because it seems like Ontario is a little bit rattled right now. Like Chicago has picked that lock into what the Ontario defense was, and they're penetrating.
Ephraim Beard giving it to Wheelo. Wheelo at the yellow line. Nice little move. Takes a shot, gets deflected to the side. Ball's just going to get dumped down. And this is the long change right here. It's going to be hard to get off the field for Ontario. A lot of tired defenders out there. Taylor Bond off the boards, trying to play to himself. Kent. And then the Fury finally have an opportunity, but Camarena caused a turnover. Bond, will he take the shot? Oh, had a little trouble. Ball's still going around. Oh man, Taylor Bond just not having it. And there's a clearance that gets deflected away. Capinos jumps all over it. What a hectic 2 minutes we had just then for the Mustangs.
Exactly. Mustangs putting a lot of pressure on Ontario defense, and Ontario seems a little bit rattled and unsettled right now. And Chicago had plenty of shooting opportunities that they took. Unfortunately, they were not able to connect with the back of the net.
We have a officials timeout right now, and this game is just really crazy, this game right now. Mustangs are still down 1, but the Mustangs have controlled this game, or I should say the second quarter, for a good 5 minutes, I would say. A solid 5 minutes.
So, yeah, it seems like Ontario does not know what to do or how to defend against this team, because every time Chicago's got the ball, you know, they're passing it around, they're moving, they're doing everything they need to do. And that's why, you know, they've gotten so many shots off at this point, you know, because they're creating the opportunities. They're opening up the defense a little bit where they can go in and take those shots or make that pass to the player that's in a position to score.
Early in the season, we saw Mustangs team do exactly what we just saw this last sequence. Get a lot of shots, high volume, and make the other team scramble. As the year went on, we saw a Mustangs team that became kind of hesitant, I would say is the best word that I could find in my vocabulary, to take the shot. There was 3 to 5 games that I remember here inside the Sears Center where they'd be standing with the defender having the ball at his feet in the offensive zone, but they would just pass back and forth on the perimeter, no movement, no shots, and it would cost the Mustangs. Tonight, we're seeing decent movement, but a lot of shots, and pretty soon something's got to break here, because this bridge is really cracking.
Yeah.
Cracking for the Fury.
Yeah, and this is the Chicago Mustangs that we saw at the beginning of the season. with a lot of intensity and a lot of ball control, and they knew how to maneuver around the defenses that were in front of them. So this is definitely the Chicago Mustangs that started the season, and I'm sure that this is the way they want to end the season.
So the restart for the Fury now. As they are really going to try to do something here to get some momentum back. It's weird to say that they don't have any momentum even though they have the lead. Really, the Mustangs, if you're just joining us, have dominated this second quarter, hardly any possession towards the Fury's way. And this is really, if you're watching right now, this is the first possession sustained that they've had in the whole second quarter.
Yeah, the only thing that Ontario seemed to do was just play defense, and if they got a touch of the ball, they were just clearing it out of their section. Chicago was recovering, and they brought it back to their doorstep.
Dos Santos with the turn, tried. There's a push, playing it back now. 6:15 to go.
Seems like this period has gone pretty fast.
Yeah, the ball hasn't gone out of bounds. Not a lot of fouls. But that, see, we're having so much energy, so much fun in the last sequence about 2 minutes ago where we just lost track of time.
Yep.
That's when you know you got a good indoor soccer game, is when you're losing track of time because of the excitement going back and forth. Negro Sandoval with a nice little play out to Rojas. Rojas couldn't get there in time. Now the break is on. Does the ball go out of bounds? No, now it's a 2-on-1 for the Fury. There's a pass to Cisse. Cisse couldn't get there on time as Nunez was the one to pass that one off for the Fury.
And that was a great effort by Negro Sandoval because he came all the way back from the offensive side and intercepted that ball right in front of Jesus Flores.
There's one thing that doesn't change from the indoor and the outdoor game is when there's a turnover, you better bust your butt the other way because you don't want to cause an odd man rush for the other team.
Yeah, because like I said, Ontario, they were on their way here.
This is trouble for the Mustangs. First time they've had trouble here in the second quarter. Then Ortega, who else but Pee Wee Ortega to come out there and steal that ball away. A give and go playing off the boards. Ortega, Pee Wee with the pass off to Gonzalez. And Pee Wee Ortega, the artist that he is, starts that play and then passes it off to Gonzalez to tie this game up. It was only a matter of time.
And you could see the importance of well-placed passes and moving with the ball, knowing where your teammate is, and they made it look easy, completely easy. It's a tight game.
That was a great play by the Mustangs. Started off by Ortega, playing it off the boards, getting it to Taylor Bond. Taylor Bond playing a give and go off the boards again to Pee Wee Ortega, and then Ortega waiting out Campinos just enough, letting the goalie make the first move, got him out of the net, and passed it off to Gonzalez. Gonzalez with an open net. Tie game, and there is a shot, misses near side.
And it shows you how important it is to know how to use those boards, because that was almost like making a pass.
It looked like Jesus Flores got his hand on that ball right there to keep it at a tie game, bailing out his teammates. De Oliveira. The shot that goes wide by Merritt. Jesus Flores now with the ball in his hands. He's going to throw it down. Finds Ephraim Beard. Bond turns it over. And again, a counterattack for... Bond takes down Caceres. Caceres goes down. Bond lifts him up.
Bond says no hard feelings. And
That's Goncalves.
that's what we like to see. That
These numbers for Ontario, they're hard to read on the back of the jersey. It looked like 11, and then it was
Yeah.
number 4 when he got up. So my mistake on that. Cisse now playing it to the man that's had the ball at his feet all night, De Oliveira.
2-on-1. Mustangs take over the ball.
De La Cruz to Bond. Bond shot. Oh, Bond hits the post. 3:30 to go in the second. Oh. And now we have an elbow.
See if we can see the replay
And a
on
blue
that.
card. Yeah, it looked like Pee Ortega launched his elbow straight up.
Yeah, we want to keep the game under control because we've seen in other games when you get your emotions get a hold of you, how you can completely it takes the focus off the game at hand.
Reyes getting hit hard there.
Yeah, I think he got hit in the face. That's what I think. But you know,
yeah, he got hit in the face good. Not just hit in the face, but hit in the face really good.
yeah. And you know, look, we say that the game's a little bit physical, but we don't want to see that kind of aggressiveness, no matter who commits it. And that's why, you know, Ortega's in the box right now, which hurts his team. You know, right now, the Mustangs were able to tie the game and pretty much were dominating the game, and now they're one man down, which seemed like it was something.
Coaches shaking hands
yeah,
there.
like unnecessary, but we haven't gotten the replay yet.
Yeah, once we get the replay, we'll give it to you. They're working on the best angles to give us here. That's,
In your memory, Nick, have they ever ejected? There's a replay. And
what was that you were saying, Norman? I'm sorry.
do you remember anybody ever getting ejected from a game?
Bofo, I believe, got ejected last year in that little fight that went on at the end of the game there. I think it was against the Wave.
Okay.
I believe when he came off the bench. I think
you're right, but that's something very rare. I think, and like I said, I'm just guessing at this time. I think the Ontario coach is asking for an ejection. I'm not sure because he's out there arguing and he's very upset.
I think he's at least looking for a yellow card at the very least. So it's a blue card, just a blue card, because the refs can't do anything after they see the replay. The call is the call. Even if they see a replay and he hits him in the head, whether it's a red card or not, or a yellow card, they gave him a blue card. You can't just say, oh, now I see the replay, here's a red card. That's not the way the game of soccer or indoor soccer is played.
Well, now this definitely hurts the Mustangs because they're down a man, and this is an opportunity for Ontario.
Let's see how the Fury takes this power play. Right now, passing off the perimeter. Ball going side to side, crossing fields for the Fury.
Great block by Dos Santos.
He's having a game tonight. What can we say? There's nothing
fantastic
else.
Game.
Nothing more we can say. There's a shot that's blocked away as De Oliveira all over it again. And now the fans are getting involved. Fans are really waking up now.
Fans are definitely waking up. That was a great play, the way he got that ball right over his head. In Spanish, they call that play el sombrerito, the hat.
Say that one more time.
They call that play el sombrerito, the hat.
Es sombrerito?
Sombrerito, the little hat.
The little hat. I'll try to remember that for later on in the game if we need to use it.
All right.
You could test me and I'll try to remember. The Fury now making their way upfield. They have just below 1 minute to score a goal on the power play. A great pass far side. Oh, and here we go. Now, and that's probably going to be a red card. That is probably going to be a red card right there on Ephraim Beard, as it's a full shove. That's probably going to be a red card. That's definitely that's.
Yeah.
I'm willing to bet a lot of money that's going to be probably a red card.
You know, all players need to just kind of keep a lid on their emotions right now, because you do not want players ejected or in the box, because in the long run it's going to hurt your team. You know, it's a 3-3 game. We still have plenty of soccer to play, and you don't want to get into that. You don't want to get into that.
I would be shocked if that's not a red card. I mean, there's no defending that play right there. That was just a dangerous play. We understand Ephraim Beard is mad that there's a player kicking the ball that's inside of Jesus Flores' hands. I get it. I definitely get it. But the ref, it was whistled down, and Beard got in his face. I got no problem with that. Beard gave him a little shove. I got no problem with that.
Yeah.
It's the full-on shove that he gave, and there's a red card to Ephraim Beard.
And that doesn't help. What you have to do is you have to let the refs settle it. You have to let the refs have the final word, and you can't impose your emotions or your will. And this is what happens, unfortunately. Well,
and there's a timeout. Ephraim Beard making his way off the field. That's a short night from Ephraim Beard.
Very short night, and it's too bad. Last home game for the Mustangs, and Gamboa seems a little bit excited here. I'm not sure what he's discussing with the ref, but he's not happy at all. And let me tell you, Nick, it seems like the crowd has come alive right now.
Yeah, this is wild right now. Here's a replay of what happened. So here's where I'll tell you where I was okay with everything. All right, so I get it. He's upset. He didn't score. He's trying to get the ball out of Jesus Flores' hands, even though you can't do that. We all know that. And I don't know what happened to the replay.
Yeah, but it seemed like, you know, Beard was, you know, he came back and pushed him afterwards. But like you said, we got to draw the line somewhere, because it doesn't help the team to have a player like Beard that was having an impact, on the game, out.
We'll probably have another replay coming up here in a second. But wow. Now, I mean, right away I knew that was going to be a red card.
Yeah.
There's no way that wouldn't be.
Yeah, I mean, the refs can't allow that. They can't let the game get out of their hands either. You know, they got to let the players know that, you know, if they commit actions like that, you know, the red card's going to come out, and period. So
these teams have only met once before, and right now you would think these two teams, this is a Chicago-Milwaukee game. I don't know where the hate is coming from, but I mean, these teams hate each other. And you could underline and you could bold the word hate, because that's seriously what we're seeing right now.
Yeah, I mean, the game's getting very, very emotional, very, very physical. It's a tight game. It's 3-3. You know, Chicago has been dominating for quite some time right now. And even not just on the field, but it seems like on the bench too. Both coaches are very, very vocal in what they feel or what they see might be just or unjust.
Coach Gamboa still not happy. You know, just right now, the way we see Coach Gamboa not being so happy, you'd have to think this was like a hockey game. He'd have all those hockey sticks behind him. He'd start throwing them like onto the field and on the ice, you know, and just, you know, getting the crowd and his team going. I mean, it'd get kicked out of the game, but just the emotion that he's showing right now, it looks like he's ready to throw soccer balls on the field, whatever he can get his hands on.
And we had talked about how intense Coach Gamboa can be, because this could, you know, this is as intense as it gets right now. You know, this could be a championship game in his mind, and looks like El Negro Sandoval is going to go in the box.
There's 3 players in the box for the Mustangs, it looks like.
Well, we got about 2 minutes and 17 seconds left in the period.
So it looks like we're going to have a penalty shot here, is how things are setting up right now.
And this is a great lesson, because, you know, when you lose your head like that, it doesn't help your team.
And I take that back. It's going to just be a restart throw. I thought they were setting up for a penalty shot, but go ahead. I'm sorry, Norman.
It doesn't help your team. You have a key player out for the rest of the game, so now the whole team has to adjust to that loss. We have 3 players, 3 Mustang players versus 5.
Look at, and Alexis Camarena taking a shot. Oh, and he misses near side. And we're going to have a foul going the other way for the Mustangs.
Looks like we got a man down, too. Is that Ortega?
No, that's Camarena. You know what, though? As I stand here now and let that foul sink in, even though we have a tie game here, you could see there was frustration, and not just from the play, but for the season for Ephraim Beard right there. That summed up the frustration in the Mustang season, that shove right there.
Yeah. It's been a tough season, because they started winning. And obviously, last home game, they've struggled, so you know they need to use this to rebuild now.
Ontario up 5-on-3 right now. There's a great effort by Jesus Flores. Got his hand on it, but it still goes in the back of the net. And Tino Nunez regains the lead for the Ontario Fury.
It's a great play for the Fury, and definitely they took advantage of the fact that they had more men on the field than the Mustangs, and it's very, very difficult to defend against that. But, now we have a full squad in.
The Mustangs, though, they really need to make sure that the emotions don't get the best of them. The shove happened, it's over, you got your frustration out. Now that you're down 4-3, don't be looking for confrontations.
Right.
You know, just go back to the game that you were playing earlier in the second quarter, and you'll be fine.
Mm-hmm.
Just don't get into that, because we know our Mustangs they're a very emotional team, and we've seen the emotions get the best of them on more than one occasion here inside the Sears Center.
And that's how you lose games. And right now we're still 1 man down, so they really have to, be very vigilant. They have to be very careful and play good defense and block those spaces, because they're going to try to open them up for them.
Far side pass to Nunez. Nunez was the last goal scorer. As of right now, he has the game-winning goal. If this score was to stand for the rest of the game, it was Tino Nunez with the goal. Now a heel by Chico. Chico to Nunez. De Oliveira takes a shot. A huge save by Jesus Flores. Ball still in there for the Fury. De Oliveira. He's had a good game so far tonight as well. Using that big That's that big frame body that I like to see in the indoor soccer game. You know, I talk about it almost every game.
Yep. And it helps. It helps to, be a big guy, be quick.
Wow. I'm not even going to say. I think I'm going to let the replay do the talking for me on there, because that shot was absolutely phenomenal. Take a look at this, folks. Wow.
Right in the corner.
Wow.
And let me tell you, Ontario did exactly what they needed to do. They took advantage of the fact that Chicago was down in man, and they came in and scored two goals. And like we were saying, we've seen Chicago in this position always being down, coming back, but never being able to pull away.
I don't sit up here and get awed very often, but that shot, wow.
Yeah.
I don't know what else to say, but wow.
Yeah. A well-placed shot, very difficult to get to. And like I said, Chicago's down by 2 goals right now. And Ontario did exactly what they needed to do.
Gonzalez with a shot gets tapped away by Capenos. And Zeros hit the board. We go to halftime with your Mustangs down 5-3. Don't go too far. We are going to bring you the last half of Mustang Soccer of the Year right after these short messages.
I'm Bobby Luncharn from the Chicago Mustangs, the general manager. Go to our website, chicagomustingspro.com, and you can order a shirt in any color with your logo from your foundation. And we'll be donating some of those proceeds back to your community. Thank you for following us at chicagomustingspro.com and like us on Facebook.
Yo, Negro Sandoval, les recomiendo AME Loans para todos sus préstamos hipotecarios y bienes y raíces. Vamos, Mustang.
What we are offering, none of our competitors are. The facility that we have here, nobody else has. I created Extreme Dance Force, which was a highly competitive dance company, and about 7 years later, we formed our own home and we called it Extreme Dance Center. You've never danced before and you want to learn how to dance, this is a great place. If you've been dancing for a very long time and you want to get better, this is also a great place. So not only has this center been created for beginners, but also for advanced dancers.
Extreme Dance Center is a really wonderful dance facility that teaches dancers all different styles from ages 3 to professional.
Extreme Dance Center brings in world-renowned teachers and choreographers to work with the kids, and we do a lot of master classes.
It makes you feel like you're not coming to work because you're having fun and you're basically playing with kids, listening to music, doing different dance games and stuff, because with the little ones, you have to have fun or else there's no point.
So we have a 10,000 square foot state-of-the-art facility. We have sprung floors in all of our dance studios, very, very expensive professional flooring in every dance studio.
I would say Extreme is more unique because of its professionalism. It's not just a bunch of classes thrown together. The teachers really take the time to make sure that the students enjoy the classes while also making sure that they're really learning something.
I love Extreme Dance Center because everybody treats each other like family rather than just dance partners, and the directors really care about us.
You really feel the sense of community and family with everyone that dances with you.
I like to think that we're kind of a cut above everyone else when it comes to dance instruction.
¿Qué tal? Les habla su amigo Willow Martínez, número 10 de los Chicago Mustangs, recomendándoles a Toncar Autopartes, donde encontrarás lo que buscas para tu auto. ¡Vamos, Mustang!
I'm Bobby Luncharn from the Chicago Mustangs, the general manager. Go to our website, chicagomustingspro.com, and you can order a shirt in any color with your logo from your foundation, and we'll be donating some of those proceeds back to your community. Thank you for following us at chicagomustingspro.com and like us on Facebook.
Yo, Negro Sandoval, les recomiendo AM Loans para todos sus préstamos hipotecarios y bienes y raíces. Vamos, Mustang.
What we are offering, none of our competitors are. The facility that we have here, nobody else has. I created Extreme Dance Force, which was a highly competitive dance company, and about 7 years later, we formed our own home and we called it Extreme Dance Center. If you've never danced before and you want to learn how to dance, this is a great place. If you've been dancing for a very long time and you want to get better, this is also a great place. So not only has this center been created for beginners, but also for advanced dancers.
Extreme Dance Center is a really wonderful dance facility that teaches dancers all different styles from ages 3 to professional.
Extreme Dance Center brings in world-renowned teachers and choreographers to work with the kids, and we do a lot of master classes.
It makes you feel like you're not coming to work because you're having fun. You're basically playing with kids, listening to music, doing different dance games and stuff, because with the little ones, you have to have fun or else there's no point.
So we have a 10,000 square foot state-of-the-art facility. We have sprung floors in all of our dance studios, very, very expensive professional flooring in every dance studio.
I would say Extreme is more unique because of its professionalism. It's not just a bunch of classes thrown together. The teachers really take the time to make sure that the students enjoy the classes while also making sure that they're really learning something.
I love Extreme Dance Center because everybody treats each other like family rather than just dance partners, and the directors really care about us.
You really feel the sense of community and family with everyone that dances with you.
I like to think that we're kind of a cut above everyone else when it comes to dance instruction.
¿Qué tal? Les habla su amigo Willow Martínez, número 10 de los Chicago Mustangs, recomendándoles a Toncar Autopartes, donde encontrarás lo que buscas para tu auto. ¡Vamos, Mustang!
I'm Bobby Luncharn from the Chicago Mustangs, the general manager. Go to our website, chicagomustingspro.com, and you can order a shirt in any color with your logo from your foundation, and we'll be donating some of those proceeds back to your community. Thank you for following us at chicagomustingspro.com and like us on Facebook.
Yo, Negro Sandoval, les recomiendo AM Loans para todos sus préstamos hipotecarios y bienes y raíces. Vamos Mustang.
What we are offering, none of our competitors are. The facility that we have here, nobody else has. I created Extreme Dance Force, which was a highly competitive dance company, and about 7 years later, we formed our own home and we called it Extreme Dance Center. You've never danced before and you want to learn how to dance, this is a great place. If you've been dancing for a very long time and you want to get better, this is also a great place. So not only has this center been created for beginners, but also for advanced dancers.
Extreme Dance Center is a really wonderful dance facility that teaches dancers all different styles from ages 3 to professional.
Extreme Dance Center brings in world-renowned teachers and choreographers to work with the kids, and we do a lot of master classes.
It makes you feel like you're not coming to work because you're having fun. And you're basically playing with kids, listening to music, doing different dance games and stuff, because with the little ones, you have to have fun or else there's no point.
So we have a 10,000 square foot state-of-the-art facility. We have sprung floors in all of our dance studios, very, very expensive professional flooring in every dance studio.
I would say Extreme is more unique because of its professionalism. It's not just a bunch of classes thrown together. The teachers really take the time to make sure that the students enjoy the classes while also making sure that they're really learning something.
I love Extreme Dance Center because everybody treats each other like family rather than just dance partners, and the directors really care about us.
You really feel the sense of community and family with everyone that dances with you.
I like to think that we're kind of a cut above everyone else when it comes to dance instruction.
So how do you guys?
What you gonna do with all that junk? All that junk? Sorry, I didn't mean to back up on you like that. We're back inside the Sears Center. We're gonna have a few guests with us right now. And it looks like Tico and Bella are you with us? Are you with us over there? Yeah, you are. All right. Okay. Good.
I mean, they just gave away a 2017 Chevy truck, and the guy is here. So I was all into that. Oh my God! Can you imagine?
How about that?
Yeah. So let's talk about the game.
Let's talk about the game. First of all,
did you know that we're sharing here with Isabella Martins from Sao Paulo, Brazil? Oh my God! I was ready to give her the microphone and just watch her.
I heard
on the Spanish side.
I heard a little goal call over there.
That was hers. That was
Someone's coming after your job over there, Tico.
No.
Oh, she can have it.
I am learning. I am learning from you guys. I'm learning from the best of the best.
The best. Oh.
That's the guy. That's the guy we're watching on the screen. That's the guy, Fidel Nunez, I think his name is, that won the 2017 from Lloyd Agencies. Mario Settler was the one that picked the winning number. Could you imagine coming to the stadium and driving away with a 2017 truck?
I love it.
How awesome is that?
I'd love it. That'd be pretty cool.
You can see people from Lloyd and from the other company now giving him the key, and it was like Mario Sartler and Sabrina Lloyd. They both.
Doesn't seem like he's that excited though.
Huh?
I said it doesn't. Sorry to interrupt, but it didn't sound like he was too excited when they asked him whatever.
He's in shock, man.
He's in
I'm
shock.
in shock too. It'll
He's
be
in
like
shock.
clear.
Yeah, I have no clue what's going on.
Once he gets out of the stadium, he's going to realize what he's going to be taking home
Oh,
tonight.
they're gonna pop some champagne. Let's hear that.
Hey, no drinking and driving.
No, I mean pop some champagne at home. Stop it, Nick. You're gonna get me in trouble. I'm in trouble already. I mean, we got Isabella here calling us such a. I'm gonna walk away without a job. No, I mean,
No way, never ever. It was just, I think I was so excited jumping around because of the goal. So he was like, just scream it.
We noticed that. Norman and I over here, we're saying, I think Bella over there is just getting, especially when Dos Santos scored.
I just got to say for the
crazy.
record, it's good to have Isabella and Norman back for the last home game. I mean, we know Norman, he travels the world.
Without inviting us.
Without inviting us. And then Isabella had to work. And, so, yeah. Let's go back to the highlights provided by Allen Technology. So we'll let the Brazilian queen, lady, describe, along with you, Nick, what went on in the field.
Well, go do a little Brazilian for the English listeners out there. Yeah, gosh darn it, why did I say that? Portuguese. I was at the airport today, and someone said, I wonder if they speak Brazilian. I go to my coworker, I said, no, it's Portuguese, and now I'm the one on the other end of that.
It's like saying speak Chinese. There's no such thing as that. It's Cantonese and Mandarin.
Exactly.
Anyway, let's go back to the highlights.
Portuguese, go ahead, take it away.
Bom, bem, primeiro, galera, meu nome é Bela, muito bom estar aqui agora, enjoy, né, fazendo parte do podcast em inglês. E o que a gente estava vendo é que a gente realmente espera que o Mustang volte com a garra que ele apresentou pra gente no começo dessa segunda quarter, porque é o que a gente quer ver o time agindo e quer ver o time batendo bola pra gol. E é um prazer estar aqui como convidada, fazendo parte do time again, da Allen Technology. E agora agora eu e o Tico chegamos pra complementar aqui in English though about the game.
Isn't that so refreshing, Nick? I mean, from the country that plays for me, I mean, on my behalf or my own opinion, the best football, the best soccer in the world, and to hear it in their own language, in Portuguese, I think that's refreshing.
Pele is at home right now listening,
God,
and
Pele,
he's just.
You mentioned Pele. Oh,
he's on seventh heaven right now, on cloud 9.
and not just the language, but the female voice, which is good.
Right.
It's good variety between us and Isabela, so it's good to have this team.
It's good to be here, guys. You guys rock, and now I hope that Mustangs rocks you. Not just here up here in the podcast, but we want to see goal. We want to see the team score.
We're down by 2. We got to go back to the Spanish-Portuguese side. We'll leave you guys to do your thing in English, and we're going to do our thing, like I said, in Spanish and in Portuguese.
All right.
Let's hope the Mustangs will react and bring up that deficit 5-3, and I know they can do it.
Oh, I think we all believe they can do it.
We'll see you guys.
Good luck on the other side.
See you guys.
Ciao.
I still am kicking myself in the head because honestly today I said to one of my coworkers, the Brazilian, does anyone speak Brazilian? I go, no, they don't speak Brazilian, they speak Portuguese. And then karma comes back and bites me in the butt, and I say to speak Brazilian. Wow, I can't believe I just did that.
Well, it's a good thing that you caught it and you corrected it. Honest mistake anybody could make. We're an international crowd, and we're allowed to make mistakes from time to time.
We're just having fun.
We're just having fun.
It's going to be a while, just a while for us, to be doing this again for you. So having some laughs here inside the Sears Center, it's good. It's good to have a little bit of a laugh.
And it's an exciting game right now. The Mustangs are in a tough situation right now. They're down by 2 goals, and we've seen them be in a spot like this in previous games where they're down, they come back, but they're not able to pull back. Let's see if they have anything left in their bag of tricks to see if they can tie this game and eventually win it. Let's see what happens.
I'm expecting this second half to really kind of tone down from what we saw there at the latter part of the first half, where we saw Efraim Beard get sent off from a red card. I'm not expecting that type of physical play to carry on into this half. I think both coaches, before going off the field for halftime, talked about it on their way out. this is the last game for the second to last game for the Mustangs, and close to the last game here for the Fury. You don't want anyone getting hurt on the last couple of games, and you're not playing for anything but pride at this point.
Yeah, and let me tell you, despite the fact that the Mustangs are down 5-3, I mean, they were doing very well when they were controlling the ball, when they were passing the ball. They had Ontario against the ropes, and they got to get back to that game.
Here goes Wheelo. Wheelo trying to center it to Bond. Ball gets dumped down.
They have to control the ball, dominate the game, make the passes, and that's the key to success right there, because they created so many opportunities to score and took so many shots, and they got to get back to that.
Here's Rojas. Osvaldo takes a shot and a good save by Capenos. Another guy this year that has done a great job for the Mustangs. We'll get back to it as Cisse comes down, streaking by himself, takes a shot, and a huge save by Jesus Flores. But Osvaldo Rojas really having a very nice year for the Mustangs. Like we said, we want to touch up on a lot of these guys. We might not get to every one of them just because of the gameplay, but Osvaldo Rojas, a great season for the Mustangs this year, having a lot of minutes down in the offensive end. As this team continues on, Rojas is going to be one of those guys that the Mustangs are going to look to for secondary scoring.
Yeah, and he's one of the players that he's definitely upped his game. He's upped the level of the game, and it's really shown in how the team plays together when Rojas is able to play up to what he is capable of playing. Right now, Rojas, has a total of 5 goals, but one thing you got to keep in mind is he's got 8 assists, so that also counts. That also plays a big role in the mix when you're able to score goals and you're able to make assists and find players that can do all that goal scoring.
Ball dumped down here to the Mustangs. Camarena streaking down the near side. Takes a shot, missed the near side, still has the ball at his feet. Ball again stumped out of play.
Again, the ball out of play like we were talking about before. In another field, that ball would have just bounced off and it would have been continued.
Fury trying to add on to their score and to their lead. Cisse just had an opportunity moments ago to get one in, and another huge save by Jesus Flores. Douglas Dos Santos getting the ball taken away. Dos Santos, another player who midway through the season started getting a lot more minutes, gave the Mustangs a nice little spark. As Douglas Dos Santos first was on this team, had opportunities on the defensive end, didn't really work out for him, was in and out of the lineup, now finding himself on the forward end and really making the most of his opportunity as well for the Mustangs.
Well, he's got 1 goal tonight, and we hope that he can add a few more to bring this game to a 5-tie, because he has been in positions to score, and he's a known passer, and he knows how to find that open player. So, I don't think we've seen the last of him in this game.
There's a turnover and a shot that was blocked by Cisse. Concleves was the one to take the shot. Gonzalez down to Rojas. Rojas working his way down the boards. Good defense right there by the Fury.
Yeah, they made it very difficult to Rojas. They double teamed him 2-1, and he didn't really know or didn't have any possibility of passing that ball.
A turn now, and here he is again. The big man, Del Oliveira, who takes a shot that goes way wide, still in the offensive zone for the Fury. Mustang defenders 3-on-1. Dangerous play, almost tripped up there, was Gonzalez.
Yeah, these guys are really going for the ball and really fighting for the ball. I mean, one of the keys to success for the Mustangs is really controlling the ball, because right now, Ontario, the only thing they have to do is just kind of try to lay it back a little bit and make it difficult for the Mustangs to get on their side and score any goals. And Ontario has also been pretty good on the counterattack too. So the Mustangs have to really look out for that.
Flores at midfield, given to De La Cruz. De La Cruz back to Flores. 10:15 to go in the third quarter. Once again, thank you to everyone that's been with us all season long. This is our last home game of the year, the 2016-2017. We appreciate the support from everyone. We appreciate all the fans that are inside the Sears Center tonight and who were in the Sears Center all season long making noise for the Mustangs. Mustangs down 5-3 right now to the Ontario Fury. Looking to get one last W inside the Sears Center before next year. Everyone looking forward to next season. Taylor Bond now with the ball at his feet. There's still opportunities to sign up for season tickets, buy tickets for next year. Everything that you need to do, contact the Mustangs. They'll be willing to help you out with whatever you need.
We invite everybody to come join the live party that we have here every home game. It's a great environment, a good family environment, because we see a lot of kids out here after the game. The Mustang players make themselves available for autographs and interacting with the fans. So it's really a fantastic experience.
Pichardo getting down low, trying to get the ball to Wheelo, and then here we go again with the counter. It's that near side, a great save. Another shot, a deflection. Oh, man. Another goal, and Diabreu is the one that scores. Jesus Flores, though, hats off. He's been jumping all around tonight.
Been jumping all around. He tried to get to that one, like we said. Ontario's good on the counterattack. You took that shot, it bounced off the wall. And, very well positioned to take that bounce and put it in the back of the net.
Jesus Flores, can't talk enough about Jesus Flores, honestly. Tonight you would think that the playoffs were on the line or this was a championship game, the way he's laying down his body. I mean, they're really, once again, the Mustangs are playing for pride. And Jesus Flores, instead of saying, you know what, the guy missed wide, there's a guy still at back post, I'm not even going to go for it. He tries to save it. Really feel for Jesus Flores tonight. Just a great guy. When you got a great guy like Jesus Flores and you see 6 goals hung up on him still with a lot of time in this game and the effort that he's put in tonight, you kind of shake your head and think, man, I feel bad for him. I really, really do.
Yeah, it's tough because you can see the frustration in his face because he's a goalie and he's the last man to beat, and when they beat him, what does that mean? That means that it's a score, it's a goal. So it's always a tough position to be in when you're the goalie, because once they beat you, that means that they beat the whole team. So we tip our hat to Flores because he's done a great job all year. And, he puts his body out there and he makes those blocks that need to be made. And he's very passionate about the Chicago Mustangs team.
Gonzalez to Wheelo now. To Rojas. Back to Flores. Wheelo with a nice little move. Will he get a shot off? Misses near side. Pichardo jumps on it. There's Wheelo in the corner. With Rojas. Bond to the middle of the field. Takes a shot with his left foot. Nice save by Capenos.
And we still haven't heard from Bond. He hasn't had a goal tonight. So, we've yet to hear from him.
A little quiet tonight, Taylor Bond. We still haven't touched on Taylor Bond as an individual player. We'll be able to do that on the next stoppage of play. We'll talk about Taylor Bond and the season that he had this year for the Mustangs. .50-50 ball. handball just goes out of play. The refs are going to have a restart.
And, Ontario trying to see what they can do with this.
There's an official's timeout on the field with 7:04 left to go. And this is our favorite part of the game, where we honor the service members that are active in the military or retired from the military. Thank you once again. This is the last time we'll be able to thank you on air this season for everything that you have done for us. It means a lot. It really, really does.
Every day is Veterans Day here in Chicago, and we're very, very happy to celebrate it because, our men and women in uniform, they're doing a great job, and we owe them a lot. So it's truly an honor to be able to honor them. And every day is Veterans Day here in Chicago, and we love our veterans no matter what branch of the military they belong to.
It's a nice touch that they added this year, the Mustangs, to their game program, and it's awesome. It's awesome.
It's awesome. You see the U.S. flag hanging here at Sears Center, and in the backgrounds we have the huge screen that says "Thank you, veterans," and the silhouette of a veteran. Because if it wasn't for our military, America would not be what it is today.
It's weird talking about the Mustangs and not talking playoffs. There's Ephraim Beard trying to fit in as a fan now.
He's sitting with the kids, so I'm sure that's a big treat for them.
Ephraim Beard probably is looking at the Jumbotron. When he looks at the Jumbotron, he's going to probably hide his face. Oh, never mind. He's been thumbs up.
He's still a fan. He's still a fan. He wants his Chicago Mustangs to do well and pull off a win tonight for the home crowd.
Ball sent down. We were going to talk about Taylor Bond, and now there's a stoppage of play, so we can talk about Taylor Bond. Taylor Bond, first-year captain of the Mustangs, coming through in big ways for the Mustangs in terms of goals, points, assists. He really was head and shoulders above the rest.
Yeah, he's one of the leaders on the field. He's a top goal scorer with 33 goals this year. And also, he's got the top assists with 13 assists for this season. And he's got 46 points, so he's the top guy here in the Chicago Mustangs.
And who's second there? 18 points with Wheelo. 46 to 18. That's almost a 30-point difference right there. And that's where the Mustangs will have to improve in the offseason with secondary scoring, whether that's trades, free agents, internal scouting. They'll need to find guys that can complement a high-scoring, a high-caliber player to Taylor Bond, because there's some times where we've seen Taylor Bond try to do too much, and that's where he gets in trouble, because then he gets frustrated with himself, that then he takes a bad foul. It sets up an odd man rush, whatever it may be. So if we can get someone to, put some output on goals or assists, this team could really be a powerhouse.
Yeah, because, if we were to lose Taylor Bond to injury, that would be a big hole in the offense for the Mustangs. And let me just remind you remember Ricardinho? When we had Ricardinho, he was definitely a player that could complement that, If Taylor Bond wasn't able to get those goals, Ricardinho could step up and do the same. So they definitely need somebody to, complement, like you said, Bond, and to step up to the plate and be able to score some goals too. And also the assist piece also is very big because, you can't do it all by yourself, you know. So it's important to have guys that know how to distribute that ball and where to distribute that ball.
Wheelo now with a nice little play, giving up to Bond. Bond to the yellow line, turns back, gives it to Gonzalez. Gonzalez now with Pee-wee. Gonzalez, far side, takes a shot, misses well wide. De La Cruz to Ortega. To Rojas. Rojas can't handle it. And it's De Abreu that got to it and then clears it and turns it over. With De La Cruz with a shot, gets blocked, and Capino's just going to let the clock run and then play a little gamesmanship right there.
And Chicago, they were still trying to make something happen. You know, we have 4:26 left in the game, and Chicago is still looking for something. You know, they haven't given up. And, you know, they have Ontario against the wall right now, but, you know, they still have a little time to see if we can get a few scores.
It's going to be a restart throw-in for the Mustangs. Jesus Flores dumping the ball down the field, midfield. Ball bouncing around. Gonzalez playing it down to De La Vera. Oh, almost a huge collision right there with Jesus Flores. 4 minutes left in the third quarter. Mustangs down 6-3 right now. Jesus Flores with the ball at his foot. With Dos Santos getting the ball. Dos Santos playing it down to Taylor Bond. Taylor Bond with the turn in the corner. Bond.
We got to get at least one goal from Bond, because I don't think I've seen a game where Bond doesn't get a goal.
Yeah, I mean, he's usually in the score sheet with at least one, or actually at least 2 goals usually we see him score.
Because he's been been a pretty consistent goal scorer.
You know, a player that would fit the style of Taylor Bond perfectly, I think, because Bond can score and pass it off, would be a guy like Texera, who we saw play a couple times this year, and Ian Bennett. Mm-hmm. Those two, one guy with size or a guy with speed, those type of players. Here's a shot that goes wide again by Rojas, but either get a really big guy like a center that can post up right in the middle there and play a nice give and go game right in the middle of the field with Taylor Bond, or get someone that's going to match his speed going up and down the field. And I'm not saying those are the 2 guys or one of the 2 guys you go get. I'm saying those are the type of players that the Mustangs should be looking to get.
Right. And I kind of have a feeling that maybe in the next season we'll see some new faces, you know, to help out with what we already have, to help complement the talent that Chicago has already.
That's one thing the Mustangs haven't had really, is a Texera type of player where you got a guy that's 225 pushing 230, but a solid guy that you can't move with just a hammer of a shot. A lot of the Mustangs are very athletic. They have the very athletic build, the soccer, the pure outside soccer look. Not that, like as we've been talking about De La Vera tonight, he's got that big thickness to him that he can go up and down the field. That's the one type of player that the Mustangs, I think, are missing in their lineup to really take it up a notch.
Yep. Because like we mentioned before, indoor is a very physical game, and a lot of the players, a lot of the teams that come in to play here at the Mustangs at Sears Center, they have a lot of big guys, and they're quick. And we have a lot of quick guys that know how to move the ball, but in stature compared to the players that come in, they tend to be a lot smaller.
Restart for the Mustangs with the 1:02 to go in the third quarter. Ball played all the way down, and now we're under a minute.
Drums are still going and the flags are still waving. That's what I like.
I love it. I love it. Till the end, the Mustang fans keep going. But how about this game? It looked like both teams were going to score 10 goals. How fast they were going early in this game, and then a couple turn of events, the Mustangs were pressuring the Ontario Fury, just couldn't score a goal. Then the Fury, couple fouls, couple penalties, and a red card changed the whole momentum of this game. There's a back heel and a great save by Jesus Flores. 20 seconds to go in the third. Dos Santos. Ball dumped to Bond. Bond wins the ball.
There's Bond.
To Wheelo. Wheelo misses it. And that's another way of how the Mustangs season is going. We are at the end of the third quarter. We are going to go to a commercial break. We'll be back with the final quarter of Mustang soccer.
I'm Bobby Luncharn from the Chicago Mustangs, the general manager. Go to our website, ChicagoMustangsPro.com, and you can order a shirt in any color with your logo from your foundation. And we'll be donating some of those proceeds back to your community. Thank you for following us at ChicagoMustangsPro.com and like us on Facebook.
Yo, Negro Sandoval, les recomiendo AML Loans para todos sus préstamos hipotecarios y bienes y raíces. Vamos, Mustang.
¿Qué tal? Les habla su amigo Willo Martínez, número 10 de los Chicago Mustangs, recomendándoles a Toncar Autopartes, donde encontrarás lo que buscas para tu auto. ¡Vamos, Mustang!
And we're back in the Sears Center, and there is the crew. Also behind the scenes here, we have, let's see if we can get them to wave all the way in the corner right above 116. We got 3 or 4 folks into the corner that help out with pretty much everything with our crew up here, with running replays on the Jumbotron, getting the audio to work into the stadium itself. We want to thank them for all the things they do up here for us. So thank you for everything they do in the sound booth.
Yeah, these are the behind-the-scene guys that, you know, you don't realize the kind of work that they do even to get this game on board, because they show up early here before the fans show up to make sure that everything is ready and set to go. So we really appreciate, you know, what these guys do here in support of our Chicago Mustangs. We tip our hats to them.
Well, kind of bittersweet here that this is the last quarter of soccer for the Mustangs this season. Hopefully there's a comeback in this game for the Mustangs. We have 2 players down, kind of coincidental contact.
The 2 Brazilians, Dos Santos and Oliveira.
Funny how that works.
Funny how that works. Dos Santos is really seems to be in pain. Got both players down. And so here's the replay.
He's down. There's the replay of the coincidental contact.
I don't know if he twisted his ankle or maybe he pulled a muscle. But he's still down. I think it's his right ankle. Okay, we hope that he's okay, that he's able to rejoin us on the field, rejoin his team on the field, and it's just something very minor that he can recover. He's walking off the field. He looks pretty good.
We got a couple messages from a few folks here. Detroit Waza coming up next here on the field, playing the Mustangs Premier team. And we got a message from him right now. Dominic Cicluna, who is part owner of the Detroit Waza, giving us a shout out, doing a good job. So thank you to him and the Waza for coming out to Chicago and giving us a shout out.
Yeah, thank you very much. And we look forward to continued support and relationship with the Waza.
Since day one, both teams, I remember the first matchup actually, it got a little testy in the Grand Sports Arena. Ever since then, it's been love. I mean, everyone's hugging each other, but still yelling at each other. It's one of those weird relationships I don't get it, but yeah, it's fun to watch.
Yeah, we are always looking forward to seeing them and having them join us out here too. Great block by...
That's a great save by Jesus Flores, using a little bit of a hockey type of kick save right there to get it out. That's a save that's huge right now, though, for the Mustangs. They need to capitalize on that right now to get back in this game. They can't afford giving up another goal here in the fourth quarter.
Right, they definitely need to take control of the game. Pass the ball the way they were passing before, because they were just doing an outstanding job at that.
Oh, and then we have a continuation, and then we have a foul behind the play.
And these plays are always dangerous. You know, you got to be very, very careful, and you have to know how to cover those spaces.
Restart. Oh, and Cisse blocking that shot for the Mustangs. Still trouble here. Ball centered. Pichardo just playing it out. Still trouble again. Now a shot blocked away by Pichardo. Bond. He's going down far side. Bond staying to the far side. To the middle. De La Cruz. Ball still in the offensive zone. Mustangs really need a goal right here if they want to make a comeback. Rojas. If the Mustangs were to win this game, this would kind of clinch their season to be above even or above 500, which they want to be above 500.
Oh, definitely. And it would be great to say goodbye to the fans, with a win at home too. The fans deserve it. We got a good crowd out here today. And it would be a great way to end the home season.
Wheelo does a run over, takes a timeout. This is a big restart for the Mustangs, as they will need to find a way to score.
And
it's huge. It's a huge.
And Ontario has to stay on guard, because the Mustangs are very good at coming back. 3 goals doesn't mean anything. We still have a lot of time on the clock.
Oh, there's a ton of time on the clock, and that's what's 12:33 is a lot of time on that clock, which is very big for the Mustangs. An opportunity to come out here and score a goal just would be absolutely perfect timing to get not only the crowd in it, but just the team in general. They would be just, they'd be loving it. They'd be loving it, the team would be.
And you know that Gamboa is going to be pushing the team, as well as, you know, each player is going to be pushing each other to take it up a notch. You know, we're in the last period of the game, and, you know, they're 3 goals down. And like I said, every game that we've seen Taylor Bond scored, and he hasn't scored yet, and we're expecting at least 1 or 2 from him. So we'll see.
Pee Wee now is going to be the one standing over this ball for the restart. He waits for some movement, gives it to Wheelo, then gives it back to Ortega. Header by Bond, he misses near side. Trouble now for Flores and the Mustangs. Continuation now, Jesus Flores with the ball, giving it to Pee Wee Ortega, 12 minutes on the clock. Ball dumped. Ball goes out of bounds. Mustang ball.
And again, Chicago trying to, you know, dominate the ball.
Yeah, they need to right now, but they need to get a lot of shots as well, along with dominating the ball. Ball sent down. And this is exactly what Ontario wants, the ball at their feet and slowing the game down. They don't mind this one bit. Mustangs going to try to pressure and cause a turnover. We'll see if that works.
What Ontario's doing right now is they're using the clock right now. They're not pushing anything, but they want those ticks off the clock as much as they can, and they want to keep that ball away from the Mustang players.
De Oliveira with the turn. Tries to center it, but the Mustangs come up with it. Ortega trying to get out of his own end. And here comes Ortega now on the near side, playing it down to Rojas. Ball went out of bounds. Seems to me the ball went out of bounds.
Well, it's Mustang ball. I don't know exactly what happened over there.
I don't know if it was a foul or it went out of bounds. Still a restart. Now a far pass to De La Cruz that just missed about an inch from his head. Ortega dumping it down to De La Cruz. De La Cruz trying to turn. Ball was stuck in his feet. Ball now dumped down again. And let's see if the Fury decide to attack or play it back. Before they can make the opportunity to play it back, it was a nice play by De La Cruz. Bond now on the near side. Playing it back down to De La Cruz. De La Cruz running it down. Near side. Plays it to Ortega. Pee Wee.
That's what they need to do, is slow down the game, and every pass counts right now because the clock's ticking.
Jesus Flores with Ortega. Plays it down to Rojas. Ortega with Flores. Flores at the yellow line. Will Flores take a shot? No, he passes it off. Pass to De La Cruz. De La Cruz. And Capinos all over it.
And great block by the goalie.
Gonna just play it downfield. It goes out of bounds. That's not what the Fury drew up there. They want that ball inbounds at all times. The Mustangs will take the ball every time if it's a restart. It stops the clock and they get to set up. Here's an opportunity where Jesus Flores comes out with a nice play, got all ball. Now Bond streaking down the field. Nice little move. Still has the ball at his feet. Takes a left-footed shot, and he scores off the post. 6-4. Here come the Mustangs. Taylor Bond, Norman's guy, coming through.
Finally came through. We could, like I said, we haven't had a game here without a Bond score.
Bond just kind of using his toe to tap that one through the defense, hitting far post.
And honestly, that goal surprised me too, because I thought he was just going to pass, but he
thought so too.
Took that shot with his left foot, left leg, and put it in the right-hand corner, and it surprised the goalie. So good. We're only 2 goals down right now. We got plenty of time on the clock.
Now let's see if Ontario gets a little nervous here, or they just stick to their game plan, which has been working all game. Mustangs now with under 9 minutes to go.
And let me tell you, 2 goals in 9 minutes is achievable.
Oh, definitely. Definitely.
They just got to clamp down. Mustangs just got to clamp down on the defense and just really close down those spaces and not let the Fury have any kind of offensive coordination.
And this is trouble now for the Mustangs. As the Fury come down, there's a shot, and that's a huge miss. Fury still have the ball. Coming up with 8 minutes to go now in the 4th quarter.
Bond back out
now out there. Jesus Flores again taking the ball off Gonzalez's foot. Ball just going all the, oh wow. And there was De Oliveira close from tapping that one in and regaining a 3-goal lead.
Yeah, Ontario all over the place. They look like a beehive, you know. They're all over the place. They want to, you know, get another goal. They're only up 2. And like we said, it's very doable with 7 minutes and 48 seconds left that the Mustangs, if they really play their game, they settle down, that they could put 2 in the net.
One last break here. Officials timeout inside the Sears Center. The Mustangs down 6-4 after a huge goal from Taylor Bond to make this one.
And that's a total of 34 goals for Bond in the season. Still our leading goal scorer for the Chicago Mustangs. And a well-deserved one, because he's been out there playing. He's passing the ball. He's positioning himself, and he was definitely due for a goal.
Well, you know, you called it. You said Taylor Bond quiet tonight, but he's got to score one, and he scored one. Hopefully he scores another one.
Hopefully he scores another one, or, you know, he's also the leader in assists, or maybe he can place the ball in the front of the net for somebody else to put it back there.
And we're getting messages from all over now. Lionel, who we gave out a shout out to in Edmonton, listening to us right now. In Edmonton, we got Brazil listening to us. We got Edmonton. Do you have anyone in Costa Rica listening to us right now? You were just there.
I was just in Costa Rica, and I did mention it, so I wouldn't be surprised if we have guys in Costa Rica. We have people from all over the country and all over the world tuning into the Mustangs. And we want to send out a shout out to all those fans that are sticking by us right now, and hopefully we'll see the Mustangs come back and tie this game and hopefully win it.
And here we go. The comeback is going to have to start right now for the Mustangs. Oh, a good draw to play, and oh, Bond again. Still has the ball at his feet. Camarena tries to play it back, but instead turns it over. It's a 2-on-1. This is a big opportunity, and who else but Pee Wee Ortega coming through. Big for the Mustangs.
And that's where defense definitely counts, because Pee Wee came back, he was on top of it, and he had a great block. It just shows, the stamina of Pee Wee Ortega to come back and have that presence of mind.
Pee-wee, restart, dumps it down. Bond playing it to Camarena, far side. Nice play by Camarena. Oh, almost a handball. And Capinos grabs it.
Mustangs really pushing forward now.
Talavera, the far side pass. Oh, what a save by Jesus Flores. Are you kidding me? Save of the year. Save of the year. Are you kidding me?
And that's why Flores is one of the top goalies.
Oh, what a save.
That was amazing. That goes to the highlight reels for this week in indoor soccer because that was an amazing save. Ball was going to go in.
I've given the refs a rough go of it at times, but I got to give the far side ref a ton of credit. He hustled to get in position to see if that ball crossed the line, and he was right there to say no goal right away. A phenomenal job. Phenomenal job.
And that was a huge save by Jesus Flores. And that's what we love about him. He gives it all he's got and, you know, sacrifices his body.
Ortega now. Down the field. To Rojas. Rojas off the boards to Gonzalez. Gonzalez can't get there. Clock still winding down. Ball off the boards. Cisse couldn't get there.
So
now Ortega dancing back and forth. Cisse poked to Jesus Flores.
6 minutes and 14 seconds. Chicago Mustangs, they really need to put the pressure on. Make something happen.
Well,
okay, ball's out of bounds. Goes back to the Ontario Fury. And we're going to see, we have 5 minutes, 56 seconds left on the clock, and the Chicago Fire really need to start putting pressure on Ontario and playing the way they were playing in the last quarter, where they were really dominating the ball and keeping it away from the opponents.
Here's a shot, goes off the far side boards. Mustangs getting it up to Taylor Bond. Gets stopped, good play right there by Gongleves.
See a little push back and forth between the Mustang players and the Ontario players, but you know, the Mustang players, they have to really keep their head in the game and not get penalized, because that's not going to help at this point, at this juncture.
Ball gets deflected, out of bounds.
Out of bounds. Got a complete personnel change just about in both teams. Got some fresh legs over there.
Timeout for the Mustangs, 5:10 to go. I wouldn't be shocked if we see a sixth attacker come out here for the Mustangs.
Yeah, this is where the rubber hits the road. We got 5 minutes and 10 seconds, and they need things not just to happen, but to happen quickly. Because 2 goals are achievable, but they just have to throw this Ontario team a little bit off balance and have them chase the ball and come after them, and that way the Mustangs can really set up the plays and get the personnel involved that need to be involved at the right spot at the right time.
Coach Gamboa, this is going to be the last time inside the Sears Center for this year, or this season, that he'll be able to draw something up, talk to his team on a timeout here, see what he can draw up for his Mustang team.
Yep, and
looks like he's just kind of talking to him, not individually, not really doing much with the dry erase board.
Right, right. And over there you could see the Ontario coach I mean, they're having a pretty intense gathering. He wants to walk away with a win from Chicago. So it's a big contrast here.
5:10 to go inside the stadium here. Mustangs really trying to close this year out with 2 wins in a row. Tonight is not their last game of the season. They close out next week in Milwaukee. So if you are free, go on to Milwaukee, go enjoy some indoor soccer there in Milwaukee, which is Sunday, March 5th at 2:05. We want to wish Milwaukee and Kansas City the best of luck in the playoffs, since we have big rivalries with both of those teams, but it's always nice if the team in your division can win the championship. And there's a shot and misses, and there's another shot, handball. Is there a call? It is. So once again, good luck to both of those teams, because we are going to play them more than any other teams, and we want to beat them twice or more than twice next year, hopefully.
Yeah.
There's the handball. Good shot by our crew. It's going to be a good. This is it right here. This could be a kickstart that the Mustangs need to score a tying goal after this if they can get it.
And like we said before, I mean, the Mustangs need things to happen quickly, and this is a great opportunity for things to happen right now. If they could just walk away with one more goal, this could really turn this game around for the Mustangs and really put Ontario on the defense.
Taylor Bond. Oh, right into the wall Taylor Bond goes.
That was a tough one.
Foul right there. Mustangs going to keep it.
And this helps the Mustangs for that clock to stop, because the clock's against them right now.
Camarena with Ortega. Bond. Another handball.
These are opportunities that Chicago has to create danger for the Ontario. They just have to continue attacking that goal. This is where they really need to chip away at that defense.
Here's Wheelo with the shot right into the wall. Camarena with the shot, misses wide. Header, and there it is. De La Cruz with his head hits it into the back of the net, and we have a 1-goal game inside the Sears Center.
Beautiful header, beautiful header. Like I said, this is what Chicago needs to do. They need to continue to chip away at this. Right now the clock's against them, but it was great header at the right place at the right time. He came looking for the ball. He came out of nowhere completely and put that ball in the back of the net. So you know that Ontario right now, they're really feeling the pressure now, despite being one goal ahead.
I think you were the one that was saying earlier in the game that this game could go to overtime.
Yeah, and we know Chicago's been in this position before. And let me tell you, 4 minutes is still plenty of time to get a ball in the net.
Jesus Flores back in net. I would imagine if the Mustangs regain possession, he'll hustle off the field for the 6th attacker. That is if the Mustangs can get possession pretty quick here, as they're playing keep away the Fury. Maybe not. Is this the right decision? Taylor Bond on the turn. Oh, he takes. Oh, but he still has it. He took a bad touch, still has it though. Ball back to midfield. Let's see if they pull back. Oh, there's a foul by Dos Santos. 3:45 left.
And at this point, possession is the key to the game. Shots and possession. Shots and possession. .345 left.
Ball 50-50. Jesus Flores has it. He passes it down to Rojas. Battle on the near boards.
They got the 6th man out. Ontario definitely on the defense here.
Wheelo with Pee Wee. 3 minutes approaching in this game. Bond down low to Rojas.
.259 left.
Capinos, and he takes a timeout. I don't know if I agree with that decision. If I'm Ontario, you got a 1-goal lead. Now you call a timeout where the Mustangs, who just scored off of a timeout,
right?
And Coach Gamboa didn't do much with the dry erase board last time, but now you're giving him the opportunity to draw up a play. I don't know if I like that call from Ontario. I think you let the clock run and you try to weather that storm.
Yeah, with practically less than 3 minutes left, that clock should have been ticking. Now it gives Chicago some time to regroup also, because like I said, possession is the name of the game right now. Gamboa looks pretty intense, talking to his players. And we'll see if they can make some magic, because like I said, they need for something to happen right now if they want to tie this game.
And we did get it confirmed too, for folks listening. You can buy your Mustang season tickets for next year. $50, buy one, get one free. So essentially you're paying $25 for each for 2 people for next year for all the games the Mustangs play. I mean, you're not going to find a better entertainment value than that. $25 each for 2 tickets for a whole season. Unbelievable.
So come join us live at Sears Center next year. We look forward to seeing you, and guaranteed good time. Let's see what kind of strategy Ontario has to bring on the field right now, because they were the ones that called the timeout.
Well, their strategy last time almost led to a Taylor Bond goal as he was running up the field. They got to decide if they want to attack or play it back. You can't be in between right now.
Right. Let's see what's going on here.
I have no clue what's going on. They're just kind of all over the place. Both teams and referees all talking together. So the clock will start once this ball's thrown in play. Stays in bounds. Mustangs own possession. 2:40 approaching. Dos Santos with the ball at his feet. There goes Flores. Pee Wee Ortega now. With Wheelo. Ball dumped by Camarena. Wheelo. I'm sorry, Pee Wee, the one running back. Pee Wee talking to the ref. I don't know about what, but he was. 2:21 now.
Pressure's on both teams pretty much, because one goal will take it into overtime.
Capinos, instead of grabbing that, he heads it, and this ball is rolling to the empty net. And the Fury take the 2-goal lead with 2:13 to go And just they needed that. I mean, honestly, even though they were up 1, the Fury needed that goal. They absolutely needed that goal. The Mustangs were controlling the play.
Yep. Exactly. That's down 2. Very difficult to come back from this, but you never know.
Camarena now, far side. Plays it down to Bond. Bond to Camarena. Camarena, instead of taking the shot, passes it off to Wheelo. And that's something right there, that extra pass wasn't needed. Just take the shot, you know?
Yeah.
You have an opportunity. You're straight on the goal. Give it a shot.
And you're absolutely right. You just got to pull that trigger, not be afraid to do so.
Ortega, midfield, giving it to Camarena. Back to Ortega. Now you got Ortega with Camarena. Ortega at midfield. Dumps it down, far corner to Rojas. De La Cruz trying to win the ball. Still 50-50. Ontario comes up with it. Another shot towards the net. That's wide. 1:10 to go in the Sears Center. Ortega again, now with 1 minute approaching. To Bond. Ball just sent down and the clock is ticking. And the season inside the Sears Center is ending, and it's looking like the Mustangs are going to lose this second to last game of the year as Capenos punches it out. Oh, Dos Santos with a shot. Huge save by Capenos, 40 seconds to go.
Yeah, Dos Santos tried to kind of slip it in the right-hand corner, but the goalkeeper was pretty much on top of that one.
Ball dump with Wheelo playing it back to Pee Wee Ortega. Ortega dumping it down again to Oh, we have contact there. And the clock's still running. And let's see what happens here. Nice track down. And they're just trying to run out the clock. Are they going to take a shot? No, they're going to run out the clock as the Fury win this game inside the Sears Center. And this is going to bring a wrap to the home schedule for the Mustangs. They lose 7-5. But, you know, no playoffs this year. Still a great season to be a part of with the Mustangs. There's always going to be next year. Norman, it's been a great time. Thanks for joining us on the English broadcast a little more than last year. So it was a pleasure. I know you have a few words for the fans at home, and then we'll sign off.
Fantastic. It's always great to be on board here, and we love the fans, and thanks for tuning in. And it's really our pleasure to serve all of you who love indoor soccer and who love the Chicago Mustangs. It's been great hanging out with you, Nick, and I look forward to 2017.
Hopefully with playoffs in mind next year and maybe a championship. But till that time, have a good rest of the spring, the summer. We'll see you in the fall. Stay safe, everyone, and thanks for tuning in to the Mustang games throughout the year. Have a great night and see you next year.
I'm Bobby Luncharn from the Chicago Mustangs, the general manager. Go to our website, ChicagoMustangsPro.com, and you can order a shirt in any color with your logo from your foundation, and we'll be donating some of those proceeds back to your community. Thank you for following us at ChicagoMustangsPro.com and like us on Facebook.
Yo, Negro Sandoval, les recomiendo AML Loans para todos sus préstamos hipotecarios y bienes y raíces. Vamos Mustang.
What we are offering, none of our competitors are. The facility that we have here, nobody else has. I created Extreme Dance Force, which was a highly competitive dance company, and about 7 years later, we formed our own home and we called it Extreme Dance Center. You've never danced before and you want to learn how to dance, this is a great place. If you've been dancing for a very long time and you want to get better, this is also a great place. So not only has this center been created for beginners, but also for advanced dancers.
Extreme Dance Center is a really wonderful dance facility that teaches dancers all different styles from ages 3 to professional.
Extreme Dance Center brings in world-renowned teachers and choreographers to work with the kids, and we do a lot of master classes.
It makes you feel like you're not coming to work because you're having fun. You're basically playing with kids, listening to music, doing different dance games and stuff, because with the little ones, you have to have fun or else there's no point.
So we have a 10,000 square foot state-of-the-art facility. We have sprung floors in all of our dance studios, very, very expensive professional flooring in every dance studio.
I would say Extreme is more unique because of its professionalism. It's not just a bunch of classes thrown together. The teachers really take the time to make sure that the students enjoy the classes while also making sure that they're really learning something.
I love Extreme Dance Center because everybody treats each other like family rather than just dance partners, and the directors really care about us.
You really feel the sense of community and family with everyone that dances with you.
I like to think that we're kind of a cut above everyone else when it comes to dance instruction.
¿Qué tal? Les habla su amigo Willow Martínez, número 10 de los Chicago Mustangs, recomendándoles a Tom Car Autopartes, donde encontrarás lo que buscas para tu auto. ¡Vamos, Mustang!